Uganda 20 Surprising Facts. Curviest women on earth. Uganda, officially the Republic of Uganda, is a landlocked country in East Africa. It is bordered to the east by Kenya, to the north by South Sudan, to the west by the Democratic Republic of the Congo, to the southwest by Rwanda, and to the south by Tanzania, the southern part. Includes a substantial portion of Lake Victoria shared with Kenya and Tanzania. The official language is English, but they speak Swahili, Luganda, Luo, and Runyankole. The country has over 50 ethnic groups, and it is rich in traditional music and dance. Uganda is in the African Great Lakes region. It lies within the Nile Basin band, has a varied equatorial climate. As of 2024, has a population of over 49 million, of which 8.5 million live in the capital and largest city, Kampala. Geographically, Uganda is diverse with volcanic hills, mountains, and lakes, including Lake Victoria, the world's second largest freshwater lake. The country has significant natural resources, including fertile agricultural land and untapped oil reserves, contributing to its economic development. The service sector dominates the economy, surpassing agriculture. Uganda's rich biodiversity, with national parks and wildlife reserves, attracts tourism, a vital sector for the economy. Here are 20 facts about Uganda. 1. Uganda is known for its beautiful and curvy women, often considered among the most beautiful in Africa. Some reasons for this is their physical attributes of having voluptuous figures, curvy hips and thighs, full lips, and bright smiles, dark radiant skin. Beauty standards prioritize curves and voluptuousness. Traditional clothing accentuates curves, such as kitenge gomesi. Cultural celebrations emphasize beauty and femininity. The Minister of Tourism has added curvy and sexy Ugandan women to the list of tourism products to attract tourists. There is an annual beauty pageant in Uganda called Miss Curvy Uganda, where curvy girls showcase their curves. Ugandan women's beauty is not only celebrated in Uganda, but it is celebrated globally. 2. Uganda has River Nile. The River Nile is the world's longest river, stretching 6,695 kilometers. It originates from Lake Victoria in Uganda. The Nile flows through 11 countries, including Uganda, South Sudan, Sudan, and Egypt. The Nile flows 500 kilometers through Uganda. The river's key tributaries include the Victoria Nile, Albert Nile, and Kyoga Nile. Murchison Falls National Park is home to the Nile's most spectacular waterfall. River Nile provides hydroelectric power generation. Example: Owen Falls Dam, Karuma Dam. River Nile aids fishing and aquaculture. In Uganda, it is a good site for tourism. Examples: boat cruises, rafting, fishing. River Nile is a sacred river in ancient Egyptian mythology. It is the lifeblood for Ugandan communities. Water, food, transportation. It inspires local art, literature, and music. 3. Uganda clothing. Ugandan clothing is vibrant and diverse, reflecting the country's cultural heritage. Some traditional clothing includes Gomesi Baganda, long flowing dress with intricate designs; Suka Basoga, colorful striped cloth worn as a dress or scarf; Kitenge, various tribes, vibrant printed fabric worn as a dress or wrapper; Kanzu, men's wear long white robe with intricate embroidery; Baganda robes, traditional ornate robes. For special occasions, Uganda's modern clothing includes African print dresses and tops, Ankara fabric designs, batik and tie-dye clothing. Contemporary African fashion with Western influences. Their accessories includes head wraps and scarves, beaded jewelry, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, traditional hats like Baganda's Kagari sandals and woven baskets. Uganda fabric choices are cotton and silk. African print fabrics like kitenge, Ankara batik, and tie-dye. Traditional textiles like bark cloth. Ugandan clothing showcases the country's rich cultural diversity. 4. Cultural heritage. Uganda's cultural heritage is a blend of Africa, European, Asian, and modern influences. African influence, such as traditional music and dance, such as Endera and Bakasimba; African spirituality and animism; cultural practices like female genital mutilation, FGM, and male circumcision. European influence, such as Christianity, Anglican, Catholic, Protestant, Western education, and formal schooling, European-style architecture, and art. Asian influence, like Islam introduced by Arab traders, Indian and Pakistani cuisine, and cultural practices, Asian-inspired architecture, and trade networks. Indigenous cultures such as Baganda's traditional robes and drums, Karamojong's nomadic pastoralism, Basoga's traditional fishing practices, modern cultural expressions, example Afrobeat and Afropop music, Ugandan film industry, e.g. The Last King of Scotland, contemporary art and craft markets, Uganda's cultural diversity enriches its identity and creativity. 5 languages in Uganda. Uganda has over 40 languages, including Luganda, Lusoga, Runyanko, Runyoro, Rutoro, Lumasaba, Lusamia. English is the official language. Swahili is widely spoken. The ethnic groups in Uganda include Baganda, largest ethnic group; Basoga, second largest ethnic group; Bakiga, Bajisu, Banyanko, Benyoro, Itesolangi, Akoli, Lagbara, Madi, Karamojong, Basques. The major ethnic groups by region include Central Region Baganda, Basoga; Western Region Bakiga, Banyanko, Benyoro; Eastern Region Itosolangi; Northern Region Akoli, Lagbara, Madi; Northeastern Region Karamojong. This diversity contributes to Uganda's rich cultural heritage. 6. Uganda Wildlife Park. Uganda's incredible biodiversity and conservation efforts make it a haven for wildlife enthusiasts and nature lovers. Uganda has national parks such as Murchison Falls National Park, Niles, Murchison Falls, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Tree Climbing Lions, Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, Mountain Gorillas, Kibale National Park, Chimpanzee Trekking Lake, Mburo National Park, Zebras, Impalas, Kidpalas, Kaitpiv Valley National Park, Savannah Wildlife, Simulaki National Park, Hot Springs Wildlife, Mount Elgon National Park, mountain hiking. Wildlife reserves such as Ajai Wildlife Reserve, rhinos, elephants, PNUP Wildlife Reserve, wildlife migration, Matheniko Wildlife Reserve, wildlife migration. Game reserves like Kabwaya Wildlife Reserve, wildlife viewing, Katonga Wildlife Reserve, wildlife viewing. Uganda has conservation areas such as Bogongu Wildlife Conservation Area, Budongo Forest Reserve, Chimpanzees, Kalinzu Forest Reserve, Chimpanzees. Uganda has wildlife species like mountain gorillas, chimpanzees, lions, leopards, elephants, giraffes, hippopotamuses, rhinoceroses, antelopes, various species birds, over 1,000 species. 7. Uganda has natural scenery. Uganda's natural scenery is breathtakingly diverse and stunning. Here are some highlights. National parks: Murchison Falls National Park, Niles, Murchison Falls, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Tree Climbing Lions, Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, Mountain Gorillas, Kibale National Park, Chimpanzee Trekking Lake, Mburo National Park, Zebras, Impalas. Uganda has lakes and rivers such as Lake Victoria, Africa's largest lake, Lake Albert, Lake Edward River, Nile, Kazinga Channel. Uganda has mountains and forests such as Ruwenzori Mountains, Mount Stanley Snow Cap, Mount Elgon, Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, Mabira Forest, Kalinzu Forest. Uganda has waterfalls such as Murchison Falls, Sipi Falls, Atanda Falls, Kapchowa Falls. Uganda is home to wildlife animals such as mountain gorillas, chimpanzees, lions, leopards, elephants, giraffes, hippopotamuses. Scenic views such as Kaipo Valley National Parks, Savannah and Bureau's Rolling Hills, Queen Elizabeth's Crater Lakes, Bwindis Misty Forests, Sipi Falls. Scenic hiking trails. Uganda's natural beauty offers unforgettable experiences. 8. Uganda's economy. Uganda's economy is a low-income economy with a GDP of approximately 38 billion. In 2022, agriculture dominates the economy, accounting for 25% of GDP. Services sector contributes 50%, while industry contributes 25%. Uganda's economy has diverse sectors such as agriculture, in which they produce coffee, cotton, tea, sugarcane, maize, and cassava, manufacturing, food processing, beverages, textiles, and cement, mining, copper, gold, iron ore, and limestone. Tourism growing sector, with attractions like gorilla trekking, safaris, and cultural experiences, services, financial services, telecommunications, and transportation. Their economy provides opportunities in areas like agriculture, modernization, oil and gas exploration, tourism development, IT sector growth, regional trade, integration, EAC, COMESA, investment in infrastructure. Uganda's major trading partners are China, Kenya, United Arab Emirates, India, European Union. Their export commodities includes coffee, cotton, gold, oil, cement. 9. Uganda's climate. Uganda has a tropical climate with temperatures varying depending on altitude and location. The temperature of Uganda are lowlands 18 to 30 degrees Celsius or 64 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. For highlands it has 10 to 20 degrees Celsius, which is 50 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. For mountainous regions it runs for 0 to 10 degrees Celsius, that is 32 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Uganda has 2 rainy seasons from March to May and from September to November. The annual rainfall is 1,000 to 2,000 millimeter or 39 to 79 inches. Uganda has dry season from December to February and June to August, while their wet season spans from March to May and September to November. The annual rainfall is 1,000 to 2,000 millimeter or 39 to 79 inches. Uganda has dry season from December to February and June to August, while their wet season spans from March to May and September to November. Based on regional climates, eastern Uganda is semi-arid. Western Uganda is mild and temperate. Central Uganda is tropical. Mountainous regions are cooler and temperate. Climate change impacts rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, increased frequency of droughts and floods, impacts on agriculture, water resources, and human health. Uganda's climatic zones are tropical rainforest, tropical savanna, highland climate, semi-arid climate. The weather extremes are droughts, floods, landslides, heat waves. Uganda is vulnerable to climate change with significant impacts on agriculture, water resources, and human health. 10. Uganda cuisine. Ugandan cuisine offers a rich blend of traditional and modern flavors influenced by the country's cultural diversity, geographical location, and historical trade route. Some traditional dishes, including matuk, steamed boiled green bananas, ugali cornmeal, cassava porridge, sukuma wiki stir-fried greens with vegetables, meat, luwumbo meat, fish stew in peanut sauce, chapati, flatbread, rolex, rolled chapati with eggs, vegetables, meat, kikamanda, roasted cassava, beans, ganda meat, stewed beef, goat stew with vegetables. Uganda's popular foods include plantains, sweet potatoes, cassava, yams, corn, beans, peas, groundnuts, peanuts, fish, Nile perch, tilapia, meat, beef, goat, chicken. They have varieties of fruits such as mangoes, bananas, pineapples, papayas, watermelons, jackfruits, avocados. Uganda have beverages such as tea, coffee, fresh juices, mango, pineapple, orange, waragi, local gin, ajwain tea, herbal tea, fresh coconut water. They have regional specialties like northern Uganda, akoli dishes, Kuwait alur, eastern Uganda bajisu dishes, Malewa, western Uganda runyanko dishes, Ekibondo, central Uganda baganda dishes. Kitogo influence of other cuisines such as Indian chapati, curry, Arabic kebabs, falafel, European bread, cakes. Kenyan nyama, choma, ugali. Ugandan cuisine is a fusion of traditional international flavors, local ingredients in innovative dishes, growing popularity of street food trucks. 11. Culture. Traditional cultures in Uganda varies from tribe to tribe. Baganda, central Uganda, are known for crafts, music, and dance. Bahima, southwestern Uganda, are pastoralists with rich oral traditions. Bakiga, southwestern Uganda, are skilled farmers and craftsmen. Langi, northern Uganda, are known for hunting and gathering skills. Teso, eastern Uganda, are semi-nomadic pastoralists. Traditional cultural practices include traditional clothing, barcloth, kanzu, and gamesi, music and dance, ende, bakasimba, and Runiage crafts, wood carvings, pottery, and basketry. Cuisine, matuk, ugali, chapati, and rolex. Traditional medicine. The social structure of Uganda includes clan system, extended family ties, respect for elders, community cohesion. The language spoken varies. Luganda is most widely spoken English, is an official language Swahili, and over 40 local languages. Their festivals and celebrations are Martyrs' Day, celebrated in June 3rd, Independence Day, in October 9th, Uganda Museum Day, in December 18th, Nyaye Gayage Voyage Festival, in September Kampala Festival. In October they are skilled in art and craft like wood carvings, pottery, basketry, textiles, batik. Their modern culture includes urbanization, Western influence, music, Afrobeats, hip-hop, film industry, and social media. 12 Mountains. Uganda is home to several majestic mountain ranges, including the Rwenzori Mountains located in western Uganda. Highest peak, Margareta Peak, 5,109 meters. It is part of the Rwenzori Mountains National Park, nicknamed the Mountains of the Moon. Mount Elgon, located in eastern Uganda. Highest peak, Wagagai Peak, 4,321 meters. It is part of Mount Elgon National Park, shared boundary with Kenya. Mount Moroto, located in northeastern Uganda. Highest peak, 3,083 meters, is part of Mount Moroto Forest Reserve. Mount Kadam, located in northeastern Uganda. The highest peak is 3,063 meters, is part of Mount Kadam Forest Reserve. Mount Napak, located in northeastern Uganda, its highest peak 1,500 and 30 meters is part of Mount Napak National Park. These mountains offer breathtaking scenery, diverse ecosystems, and exciting outdoor activities such as hiking and climbing, nature walks, and trekking, bird watching, cultural tours, scenic viewing. Uganda's mountainous regions provide unique habitats for various flora and fauna, supporting biodiversity conservation efforts. 13 religion. The religions in Uganda are Christianity, which are 85%, Catholicism 39%, Anglicanism 32%, Pentecostalism 11%. Other Christian denominations are 3%, Islam 14%, Sunni Islam 12%, Shia Islam 2%, traditional religions, indigenous beliefs and practices 1%. Other religions are Hinduism, Buddhism, Baha'i faith, Judaism. Religious distribution is based on location. Central Uganda are predominantly Christian. Eastern Uganda are mixed Christian and Muslim. Northern Uganda are predominantly Christian. Western Uganda are mixed Christian and Muslim. Religion in Uganda is as a result of influences from colonialism, introduced Christianity, Arabic trade, introduced Islam. Indigenous cultures influenced traditional religions. The country has interfaith relations. They are generally peaceful and coexist. Some tensions between Christians and Muslims. Efforts towards interfaith dialogue and cooperation. Festivals and holidays include Christmas December 25th, Easter variable dates, Eid al-Fitr variable dates, Eid al-Adha variable dates. Places of worship are cathedrals in Kampala, Jinja HC, mosques in Kampala, Mambal HC, temples for Hindu, Buddhist etc. Traditional shrines. Religion has impact on culture, influences art, music, and literature, shapes social norms and values, contributes to education and healthcare. 14 Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria is one of the African Great Lakes with a surface area of approximately 59,947 kilometers square. That is 23,146 square miles. Lake Victoria is Africa's largest lake by area, the world's largest tropical lake, and the world's second largest freshwater lake by surface area after Lake Superior in North America in terms of volume. Lake Victoria is the world's 9th largest continental lake, containing about 2,424 kilometer cube or 1,965 by 109 acre-feet of water. Lake Victoria occupies a shallow depression in Africa. The lake has an average depth of 40 meters of 130 feet and a maximum depth of 80 to 81 or 262 to 266 feet. Its catchment area covers 169,855 kilometers square or 65,583 square miles. The lake has a shoreline of 7,142 kilometer or 4,438 miles when digitized at the 125,000 level, with islands constituting 3.7 of this length. The lake's area is divided among three countries. Tanzania occupies 49% of 33,700 km square, or 13,000 square miles. Uganda, 45%, which covers 31,000 km square, or 12,000 square miles, and Kenya 6%, which covers 4,100 km square, or 1,600 square miles. The lake is home to many species of fish which live nowhere else, especially cichlids. Invasive fish, such as the Nile perch, have driven many endemic species to extinction. Lake Victoria provides employment to 1 million people. It is used for industrial and agricultural use. It provides hydroelectric power. It is a source of transportation to cargo and passenger vessels. It provides seafood to the people of Uganda. 15. Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria is one of the African Great Lakes with a surface area of approximately 59,947 km square, that is 23,146 square miles. Lake Victoria is Africa's largest lake by area, the world's largest tropical lake, and the world's second largest fresh water lake by surface area after Lake Superior in North America. In terms of volume, Lake Victoria is the world's 9th largest continental lake, containing about 2,424 km3, or 1,965 by 109 acre-feet of water. Lake Victoria occupies a shallow depression in Africa. The lake has an average depth of 40 meters of 130 ft and a maximum depth of 80 to 81 or 262 to 266 feet. Its catchment area covers 169,855 km square, or 65,583 square miles. The lake has a shoreline of 7,142 km or 4,438 miles. When digitized at the 125,000 level, with islands constituting 3.7 of this length, the lake's area is divided among three countries. Tanzania occupies 49% of 33,700 km square, or 13,000 square miles. Uganda 45%, which covers 31,000 km square, or 12,000 square miles, and Kenya 6%, which covers 4,100 km square, or 1,600 square miles. The lake is home to many species of fish which live nowhere else, especially cichlids. Invasive fish, such as the Nile perch, have driven many endemic species to extinction. Lake Victoria provides employment to 1 million people. It is used for industrial and agricultural use. It provides hydroelectric power. It is a source of transportation to cargo and passenger vessels. It provides seafood to the people of Uganda. 16. Uganda's system of government. Uganda practices a presidential republic system of government. The structure includes executive, which consists of president, head of state, and government, vice president, prime minister, cabinet ministers. Appointed by president. Legislative, which consists of parliament unicameral. It comprises of 529 members, 426 elected members of parliament, MPs, 102 district women representatives, 5 representatives of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, 5 representatives of the youth, 1 representative of persons with disabilities. The judiciary comprises of Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, High Court, Magistrates' Courts. The key government institutions are State House Office of the President, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Defense and Veterans Affairs, Ministry of Internal Affairs. Election process involves presidential and parliamentary elections held every 5 years. Electorate citizens 18 years and above. Voting system, first past the post. Local governance, including 136 districts. Each district has a district chairperson, district council, county councils, municipal councils. In urban areas, the Constitution was adopted in 1995, provides framework for governance, ensures fundamental human rights and freedoms. 17. Uganda's system of government. Uganda practices a presidential republic system of government. The structure includes executive, which consists of president, head of state, and government, vice president, prime minister, cabinet ministers appointed by president. Legislative, which consist of parliament unicameral. It comprises of 529 members, 426 elected members of parliament. MPs 102 district women, representatives 5 representatives of the Uganda People's Defence Forces UPDF 5, representatives of the Youth 1 representative of persons with disabilities. The judiciary comprises of Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, High Court, Magistrates Courts. The key government institutions are State House Office of the President, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Defense, and Veterans Affairs, Ministry of Internal Affairs. Election process involves presidential and parliamentary elections held every 5 years. Electorate citizens 18 years and above. Voting system first past the post. Local governance, including 136 districts. Each district has a district chairperson, district chairperson, district council, sub-county councils, municipal councils in urban areas. The Constitution was adopted in 1995, provides framework for governance, ensures fundamental human rights and freedoms. 18. Agriculture. Agriculture contributes 20% to Uganda's gross domestic product, employs 70% of the workforce. The main crops are coffee, cotton, tea, tobacco, sugarcane, maize, cassava, potatoes, and vegetables. The major crops are coffee, which is Uganda's main export crop. The country produces 25 million bags annually. Cotton is the second largest export crop. Tea, grown mainly in western Uganda. Tobacco, usually grown mainly in eastern Uganda. Sugarcane, produced for local consumption and export. Maize is a staple food crop. Cassava is also a staple food crop. Potatoes, grown mainly in southwestern Uganda. Vegetables, such as tomatoes, cabbage, carrots, beans, and peas. Uganda breed livestock, such as cattle for beef and dairy, goats for meat and milk, sheep, pigs, chickens, ducks, turkeys. Lake Victoria is home to Nile perch, tilapia. Lake Edward is home to tilapia. Catfish. Lake Albert is home to tilapia. Catfish. River Nile is home to tilapia. Catfish. Agriculture produces increasing demand for organic produce of growing regional market. EA Kamisa government initiatives, agricultural insurance subsidies, irrigation development, value addition and processing. 19. Art. In Uganda, the people of Uganda are skilled in traditional art, such as wood carvings, mask making, figurines, basket weaving from papyrus grass or palm leaves, pottery, hand coiled, fired in kilns, textiles, batik, tie-dye, embroidery, traditional jewelry, beads, copper, bronze. Modern art, such as painting, oil, acrylic, watercolor, sculpture, stone, wood, metal, printmaking, etching, lithography, photography, digital art. Ugandan art forms like rock art, ancient cave paintings, bark cloth, traditional textile art, woodcut prints, batik, textile art, ebony carvings, traditional African art. Influences modern Ugandan art. They use African symbolism and motifs, incorporation of African materials and techniques. These arts a reflection of African culture and values, connection to African diasporic art. 20. Music. In Uganda, Uganda's traditional Afrobeat music is influenced by Nigerian and Congolese rhythms, and Ndongo, a traditional drumming and dancing, Bakisamba, a folk music and dance from the Baganda people, Akoli, traditional music from northern Uganda. Modern Uganda music includes Afropop, blend of African rhythms and Western pop, dancehall popularized by artists like Eddie Kenzo and Bei. Cool hip-hop, growing genre with artists like Navio and Keiko R and B. Ugandan artists like Radio and Weasel and Iron Namubiru music festivals, including Nayeje Nayesh Festival, annual music festival showcasing African music, Kampala Jazz Festival showcasing local and international jazz talent, Bayimba International Festival celebrating Ugandan music and art, Blankets and Wine Quarterly Music Festival featuring local artists. Uganda use instruments like drums, ndongo, djembe, percussion, shakers, conga, strings, guitars, violins, wind instruments, flutes, trumpets. Traditional instruments, Madinda Adungu. In conclusion, Uganda is a multicultural country that is blessed with an undebatable natural beauty. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.